Hello, my name's Terry Hill and this is Fiona Hill. We're in St Mary's from the Isle of Man. Those of you who don't know where the Isle of Man is, it's between Ireland and England in the middle of the Irish Sea. And we've arrived here via Europe. We sailed from the Isle of Man down across to Spain, Portugal, the Cape Verde Islands off the coast of Africa, and then across to the Caribbean. 22 days across the Atlantic Ocean. Cruised up and down the Caribbean for a couple of years and then went across to Panama, Colombia, Honduras, Guatemala, Belize, and then Mexico, and landed last year in Key West in Florida. And we've been working our way up the ICW with a 6-month break. And then 3 months when we arrived back here, getting the boat ready, and arrived in St Mary's this week.
Yeah.
And we are really thrilled with this place. It's beautiful. The service and the response from this tiny little marina is probably one of the best we've had anywhere in the world. And I'm not saying that because we're being filmed, that's an actual fact.
Colin and Bob and
Colin and Bob and Tristan, they're all just go out of their way to make it comfortable and easy here, and the whole town is so friendly. It's really nice.
Yeah.
So from here we're going to carry on. We'll end up in Beaufort, North Carolina, and then Fiona's going home, and a couple of friends are joining me, and we're going to sail back across the Atlantic to the Isle of Man via the Azores and Ireland, and that will be our round trip. The house, it's unique. It's really neat.
Yeah.
The house is very, very clean. The restrooms are just spotless. You know, the availability of bicycles that you can just
free laundry.
take. Free laundry.
Brilliant.
I mean, that's just something
And
you don't get
banana
elsewhere.
bread.
Oh, and Colin's banana bread, yeah. I mean, that was
Oh, it was
something else,
awesome.
you know. Bribery and corruption on the highest scale.
They're just nothing's
No,
in
it's
too much
just-
trouble.
It's just great. It's nice, and I see
They
they're
really
going to
care.
build a hotel here, but we're not sure about that.
Mm.
I've got to say, I think it's nice as it is, but I guess the town's got to grow. Yeah, that's the problem. We've cycled out. We've cycled up to the hardware store 3 or 4 miles away. The motorists are very courteous here as well.
Yeah.
You know, on a bicycle on the highway, you're normally frightened, but here they gave us a wide berth. They were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Georgia's sort of got this genteel approach to things that we didn't expect. We didn't know about that till we arrived.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, really.
we'll certainly be here again. The boat we're in is a 1979 British-built Rival 38 fiberglass boat. I spent 10 years rebuilding it. New engine, new rigging, new all the work that you think will last a lifetime. But then when you get sailing, you realise that the sea's a harsh environment. So every few years, there's some major work to do. She's a very, what we call sea-kindly boat. She handles the waves well. We had one occasion where she was actually put on a side by a wave that we've no idea how big it was because it was 2 o'clock in the morning. But we were actually stood on the side of it looking down into the sea.
Coming off the Cape Verdes.
Coming out of the Cape Verdes. And she just landed in the trough, straightened herself up and carried on. So after that, we had absolute confidence in her.
Yeah.
And she's never let us down. She's a great boat. So we're going to head back in her, and I've got great trust in her. Her name is Sisu. Sisu is a Finnish word. There is a movie out about Sisu now, but it's not really about fighting. It's about the embodiment of the Finnish people's spirit, which is if you keep trying, if you keep working, you'll win through in the end. And that's why we called her Sisu, because that's what we thought you needed. Perseverance, but by a different word really, but more than perseverance. Dig deep, get the job done, do it right, and you'll win through. That's the Finnish approach, and it works for us.
One more question. Will you guys be back?
We will be back, not with the boat. It's it's difficult for us to visit the US because we can get a visa for 10 years, but we can only come for 6 months of the year. So to try and come for 6 months of the year, do at least a month's work on the boat before we start, 2 weeks when we put it to bed. To be honest, it's easier for us to fly here and do spot visits to certain areas, which we will do in the future. I don't say why we won't do it at the moment.